friends, Danielle Cheche here. Welcome to my favorite time of year. I'm a mermaid. This is a long one, so let's get to it. There are tons of brokerages out there, so how do you know which one to choose? Well, I'm gonna help you. Today we're gonna look at Webull, Robinhood, Ally Invest, TD Ameritrade, SoFi, and E-Trade. I'll go over the pros and cons with you, and at the end, I'll let you know which one I choose, in case you care. So strap in, this is gonna be lengthy. I've also added chapters. First, let's talk about the similarities between all of them. Starting on a positive note, none of them have account minimums. However, if you're interested in opening a margin account in the ones that allow it, there's a $2,000 minimum, but that's the regulatory minimum. Do any of them offer options? And if so, what are their fees? Actually, almost all of them offer options. The only one that doesn't is SoFi. Neither Webull nor Robinhood charge for options trading. TD Ameritrade and E-Trade offer options trading with no base commission, but they charge 65 cents per contract. While Ally also has no base commission, but they only charge 50 cents per contract. However, E-Trade provides volume discounts. Good news! None of these have annual or inactivity fees. As far as transfer fees go, Ally Invest is the lowest at $50 for a full outgoing transfer. The rest charge $75 for a full outgoing transfer, while SoFi and Webull charge the same for a partial transfer. TD Ameritrade doesn't charge anything for a partial transfer, and E-Trade only charges $25 for a partial. Can you trade the same securities with all of them? Nah. You can trade stocks and ETFs with all of them, but as I said earlier, SoFi doesn't allow options trading. You can only trade crypto with Webull, Robinhood, and SoFi. You can trade bonds and mutual funds with TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, and Ally. You can trade futures and forex with TD and E-Trade. TD Ameritrade and SoFi offer IPOs, but TD only offers them for qualified accounts. Ally Invest also allows you to trade penny stocks. The ones that allow fractional shares are Webull, Robinhood, and SoFi. TD is joining forces with Charles Schwab. So once they're acquired later this year, I believe, they should allow fractional purchases as well. You can actually purchase fractional shares with your dividend payouts in Ally and E-Trade. Which ones provide ETFs without commission fees? Webull has hundreds, while Ally, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, and Robinhood and SoFi offer all of their ETFs commission free. Does anyone offer mutual funds without transaction fees? TD has over 4,200, E-Trade has over 4,500, and Ally Invest has around 11,200. Okay, now let's go into a bit more depth on each one. I'm gonna start with Robinhood, since I think everybody's heard of it and there's a lot to talk about. Again, let's start with the positives. They offer recurring investments, which is kind of neat. You can set your schedule, whether it's weekly, monthly, whatever, then choose your dollar amount and Robinhood automatically invests your money for you. They also offer DRIP, or dividend reinvestment program, in which they automatically reinvest your dividend payments. They offer a high yield cash management account that pays 0.3% and comes with a debit card and free ATM withdrawals at over 75,000 ATMs. They also offer up to 1.25 million in FDIC coverage, since Robinhood has agreements with numerous banks, hence the free ATMs. They intentionally make their app and website simple and easy to use, which also comes with downsides, and we'll discuss that in a few minutes. So up to $1,000 in transfers and proceeds are available immediately, but anything over that will take 4 to 5 business days. You can also use the data that's collected from other users to see the 100 most popular stocks on Robinhood, which is neat. I know a lot of people like to see where others are investing their money. Okay, let's get to the dirt. I knew about some of this, but I was shocked by the rest. In December 2020, Robinhood was charged by the SEC for misleading customers. They said Robinhood customer orders were executed at prices that were inferior to other brokers' prices. They were ripping people off, you guys, like blatantly. They said in total, the inferior prices cost Robinhood customers $34.1 million. They even took into consideration the amount that people saved by not paying commissions. So this was after that, and they still cost them that much. So Robinhood settled for $65 million. Shady as heck, right? But wait, there's more. We're still in December 2020. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts accused Robinhood of aggressively attracting inexperienced investors to their super easy to use platform and turning investing into a game to manipulate its customers. Which, like, if any of you have ever used Robinhood, I think we can all agree that Mass was onto something. We discussed how Webull and other platforms limit your options trading based on your experience level, and I have to imagine this next bit is probably why. The Commonwealth also alleged that Robinhood gave its users basically an all-access pass to options trading, which is really risky even if you know what you're doing, but these users were given access even though they identified themselves as being inexperienced. Now it's a month later in January 2021. This is actually the first one that I was aware of, but I think it's because there were bigger fish to fry in 2020, so it kind of got past me. Remember the whole debacle surrounding Robinhood when GameStop and the other meme stocks were going crazy? Yeah, this was just a month after the other lawsuits. If you're unaware, I'll tell you. These meme stocks were heavily shorted. So the public decided to take advantage and show these big corporations that they control the stock market and not the big financial institutions on Wall Street. Obviously, the market was pretty volatile at this time, so while other companies took precautions, Robinhood went hard on their restrictions. Hard. So a lot of people were coming into the market because they had heard of these meme stocks. So Robinhood, as well as a lot of other companies, experienced service outages. So anyway, the hardcore restrictions along with the service outages caused Robinhood to bear the brunt of a lot of class action lawsuits. So fast forward to a few months ago in June 2021, FINRA, which stands for Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, fined Robinhood $57 million and ordered them to pay $12.6 million to customers that had suffered significant harm because of Robinhood. FINRA said that millions had received fake or misleading information from Robinhood in addition to the millions that suffered service outages. And not only did Robinhood give inexperienced investors access to options, FINRA found bots that approved thousands for options trading even if they identified themselves as inexperienced or there were red flags in their account that should have prevented them from being approved. In total, Robinhood paid $70 million, which is the biggest penalty ever imposed by FINRA. Whew. Okay, so that's the big stuff. If that's still not enough, I have a few more tidbits for you. So their crypto is limited, and once you purchase it via Robinhood, that's where it stays. You can't use it to purchase anything. You can't send or receive coins to another wallet. It's just there. Most long-term investors have diversified their portfolio with mutual funds and bonds, but Robinhood doesn't offer that. So if you want to buy those, you'll have to go elsewhere. Speaking of savvy investors, generally speaking, you'll only want to move to an individual taxable account once you've already invested 10 to 15% of your income in a tax-advantaged account like a Roth IRA or a 401k, but Robinhood doesn't offer those either. They only offer the individual taxable account. Okay, that was a lot, right? It's the longest one. The rest will be short, I promise. Before we move on, I'm once again asking you to like and subscribe. Please. Webull time. I've already spoken a lot about it, so this is my go-to example, so I'm going to keep this short. It's actually really similar to Robinhood, minus all the lawsuits. It also has a browser and app platform, which are really simple to navigate. There's also a desktop app, which has advanced charting features, price alerts, and paper trading. It also shows you the news about any security that you're watching, which is great. You're able to place limit orders, stop limit orders, as well as market orders. Margin rates are slightly lower than some of its competitors, but it still does require the $2,000 regulatory minimum. Be cautious with margins though, they're risky. Stocks, options, and hundreds of ETFs don't charge commissions, which is amazing. Customer service support is pretty good. They have 24/7 phone and email support as well as chat in the app. Now let's talk about the negatives. It doesn't have great educational content. It's difficult to navigate and pretty surface level when it comes to advanced topics like margins and options trading. It may not be best for beginners that are interested in learning more, but luckily that's what I'm here for. It also doesn't have a cash management program like Robinhood, SoFi, and Ally. This means that if you have uninvested cash, it just sits in the account not earning interest. Like Robinhood, it doesn't offer mutual funds or bonds, but unlike Robinhood, you have access to an IRA. Let's talk about SoFi now. First of all, and this is really important, whenever I hear SoFi, I think of Sugar Sugar by Baby Bash and Frankie J, so now I hope you do too. SoFi was actually among the first brokerages to offer fractional shares. They offer free unlimited financial advice to their members, and I think that's pretty neat. Users have unlimited access to financial planners. They're all CFPs with Series 65 designations or something similar. Having that designation means that they are held to a fiduciary standard, which means they have to act in the best interest of their client. They also don't get paid on commission, which means that any advice they give you or trades they tell you to make, they don't get paid on any of that, which adds another layer to their legitimacy. They're available at a variety of times for phone or video call. They also have members-only dinners and webinars where you can receive complimentary career coaching. Since it's kind of a one-stop shop, they provide home and personal loans on which you could qualify for a reduced interest rate. So there are a lot of positives. I would need a dedicated video to discuss all of them, honestly. Let's talk negatives, and let's start with the big one. They're lacking mutual funds, index funds, bonds, futures, forex, options. That's a huge part of a healthy, diversified portfolio, and they just simply don't have it. You can link other investment accounts so you can see them all in one place, but as far as purchasing them, you'll have to look elsewhere. Next, also a big one, their charts are seriously lacking. I've done some digging, and I don't know if I'm missing something, but it looks like they just have a very basic line chart. You'll need to use another service for tracking securities. It seems as though they offer a lot of great services and perks, but they just haven't focused much on their investing side. It gets the job done, but you'll probably need supplementary accounts. It seems like it's great for beginners, but as you get into more advanced techniques, you'll probably want to move on. Let's discuss what is probably my favorite brokerage out there, TD Ameritrade. They actually have 2 different platforms with their own unique features. TDAmeritrade.com offers research from Morningstar, Reuters, CRFA, and TD's own financial pros. You have a customizable landing page. You have the Broker's Gainskeeper tool, which helps you track capital gains and losses for your taxes. Then you have Thinkorswim for your desktop or browser. It features advanced trading capabilities, a hefty lineup of technical analysis tools and studies, customizable screeners and charting, and like way more. They offer ever security on our list, but crypto, and they don't offer fractional shares. But again, once they've merged with Charles Schwab, that could change. While SoFi does a lot of things really, really well, but is kind of lacking in their investment department, TD Ameritrade has basically perfected investing. Their educational tools are phenomenal as well. They have multiple formats for all styles of learning, like webinars, slideshows, quizzes, and in-branch presentations. They also have a guide for more general questions, and then the Ask TED feature, which is just a chatbot for more specific questions. They host 8 hours a day of educational webinars and 40 live events per year at local branches, although COVID has probably affected that. Their customer service is truly next level. They reach out all the time to see if I need anything. You have phone support 24/7. You can reach them in person at 250 local locations. You have text messages, Facebook Messenger, Twitter DM, Apple Business Chat, and Alexa. If you ever need to place an emergency order, you can also do that via Facebook Messenger, Twitter DM, and Apple Business Chat. They've recently launched voice-enabled investing with Google Assistant, as well as in-vehicle experiences, so you can always stay up to date on market movements even when you're driving. So, negatives. Okay, they don't offer fractional shares yet, and they don't offer crypto trading. That's it. Those are my negatives. Let's talk E-Trade. I remember seeing these commercials when I was little, so I know they've been around for a long time. I looked into them a long time ago, and I remember them being super expensive. In 2019, though, they dropped their trade commission from a whopping $6.95 to $0 for stocks, options, and ETFs. Options do carry a per contract charge, but that was also reduced to 65 cents per contract. And if you do more than 30 trades per quarter, you get a discount again to 50 cents per contract. In addition, futures contracts are $1.50. They have a great selection of securities for all types of investors, as well as an enormous list of over 4,500 mutual funds that don't charge a transaction fee. They actually have more, but those charge $19.99 per transaction. Their analysts also update a list called the All-Star Funds Report, which has the top mutual funds and ETFs that they offer. Like TD, E-Trade also has local branches, but it's only about 30. And I'm not sure what this is like since COVID, but they also offer in-person educational events at their branches. They do have other great educational tools like webinars on options and technical analysis, as well as a vast catalog of information on their website. You can find everything from beginner tips and tricks to retirement planning, advanced tax strategies, and everything in between. A few years ago, they acquired Options House, which is basically the backbone behind Power E-Trade. Like all the others, they have a web-based platform as well as a phone app. The apps come in 2 flavors and are available on iOS and Android. You have the E-Trade mobile app as well as the Power E-Trade app. Negatives. Again, they don't offer fractional shares unless you want to roll your dividends back into the market. They also don't offer crypto. In addition, it's kind of difficult to navigate their website to figure out how to cancel your membership once you've joined, so that's kind of a bummer. Last but not least, Ally Invest. I actually have an auto loan through Ally, and they're a great company. They're actually really similar to SoFi because they're a one-stop shop for a lot of things. As I mentioned, they offer auto loans, but they also offer home loans, personal loans, checking, savings, money market, and their investment side is a lot better too, with robo portfolios, IRAs, margin accounts, ETFs, options, stocks, bonds, as well as a really interesting securities income program. Their mutual fund selection is insane at $11,200, and those are just the ones that don't charge a fee. But they have over 8,000 that have a $100 minimum. They don't offer a cash management account per se, but they offer free immediate transfers from their checking and savings accounts. So you could take advantage and open a savings account with them and have a higher interest rate than you would in most cash management accounts, but you would have to open a separate savings account with them. They offer many more investment tools than you might think. Their options trading tools are incredible. They offer an options pricing calculator to help you compare and contrast bid and ask prices to help you make a prediction on theoretical values. You also have a strategy scanner which identifies and executes option strategies based on the criteria that you give it. And you get the Maxit Tax Manager, which identifies tax implications on each trade, which we discussed in the last video, so check that out if you haven't yet. I really appreciate any company that offers socially responsible investing. You can sort by companies that practice energy efficiency, sustainability, or have environmentally friendly initiatives. I'm always really cautious about where I put my money, so this is important to me. Let's talk about the bad stuff. They don't offer fractional shares or futures. That's it. Which one did I choose? Well, I'm actually gonna go with a couple. I like SoFi and Webull for their crypto, and then I like TD Ameritrade for everything else. You just have to choose what's best for you and your financial goals. Whew, okay, I know that was longer than my normal videos, and if you stuck with me the entire time, I really appreciate it. That's all I have for today. I'll see you next time. Love you, bye.